Hello everyone, this is Just a Dad. Today I'm going to show you why I love this FlexBrew Trio coffee maker, model number 49902. So this coffee maker lets you do a K-cup on the right hand side, and you can do a full pot of coffee on the left hand side. I really like this display. That blue backlight display is very nice. When you want to do a craft, you just press the craft button and the craft light lights up, or when you want to do a single serve, press the single serve. You can do cup sizes 6 ounce, 8 ounce, 10 ounce, 12 ounce, or even a 14 ounce. And we can even do a bold brew on the K-cup side and on the carafe side. This also has delay brew, so you can program the coffee maker to brew you a pot of coffee first thing in the morning. And it's got a great big button here. This is where you press to start the brew, either for the single serve side or the carafe side. Let's take a closer look. So here we've got, this is where we would put our K-cup. You put your K-cup in here, and that needle is going to pierce the bottom of it. And you got a needle up here, it's going to pierce the top. Back here we got a water tank. So we have a separate water tank for the K-cup side. And it is removable. And it says it's 56 ounces. So we can put it in there. Now consider there's like two separate coffee makers. You got a single serve coffee maker and a carafe. 12 cup carafe coffee maker. They're separate. So on this left hand side, you're going to put the water for the coffee maker on this side. Whatever amount of water you put back here, each time it's going to brew that amount. So if you only want a 6 cup carafe, just fill it up to the 6 mark. If you want the full 12 cups, fill it up to the 12 mark. Here's our brew head. We can take our brew basket out. It takes an 8 to 12 cup standard basket style filter. Make sure you get it in there right. It's got little nuts there in the back. And then if we forget to move the brew head back, this little piece here will move it back for us. That's kind of nice. Okay, so let's look at the carafe. It's a 12 cup carafe. It's got a hinged lid. Looks really nice. It does have a warming plate, so when you brew a pot of coffee, it will keep your coffee warm. On this side, we also have a reusable coffee filter. So you can put this in place of a K-cup. You can put your own coffee grounds in here. It holds about 2.5 tablespoons of coffee grounds. Fill it up there with just normal, regular coffee grounds. Close this lid, and then open this up. You're going to take this out. This is only for when you do K-cups. And then you would put this reusable filter right there with your own coffee grounds in. Close the lid, and then brew a single serve like you would like. Let's go over measurements for a travel cup size. So you can get almost an 8-inch travel mug underneath there for the single serve side. And when you've got this little tray installed, you can get about a 5-inch cup in there. Okay, so first I'm going to brew a K-cup, and then I'm going to brew a pot of coffee. So you got to lift this little lever right here, and it kind of springs up. You just simply set the K-cup in there. When you close the lid, it's going to pierce the top and the bottom. Okay, make sure it snaps closed. If this was on carafe, make sure you hit the single serve side. And now pick your cup size. I like to do 8 ounces. You can only have 2 tablespoons of coffee in a K-cup. So doing like a 10 or a 12 or a 14 ounce, it's a really watered down coffee. 8 ounces is just about the right size for me. Okay, so make sure you've got water in the water reservoir. We've got our K-cup in, we've got water in, we've got this selected on single serve. I'm going to do a regular brew. You simply just press the big button. Both these lights come on, and it kind of gives you a status of how many ounces it's already brewed. I'll start a stopwatch. And we'll check some temperatures of the coffee coming out. So it starts brewing right away. And you can see this is kind of like a count up timer. It's going to count up to 8. So right now we've brewed 2 ounces. All right, so let's check the temperature. That's really hot. 197, 198, 199, 200. That's a very hot cup of coffee. And again, we're not even up to a minute yet. We're only at 48 seconds. This is counting up to 5. Now we're at 6. 6 ounces has been brewed. It's not a very loud coffee maker. Seven. And 8 ounces. So in about a minute and 20 seconds, you got an 8-ounce cup of coffee. Okay, so when it's done brewing the single serve side, it shuts off automatically. The brew lights go out. So let's see how hot our cup of coffee is. 175, that's a very hot cup of coffee. That's one of the hottest single serve coffee makers I've seen. I've been drinking the coffee out here. It tastes very good. If you like a hot cup of coffee, this is a very good coffee maker. Let's see how the K-Cup did. Just open this little latch. Be careful, you can use this whole gray thing to take this to your trash can, or you can just take the K-Cup out. Again, it pierces the top and the bottom of the K-Cup. Okay, so now let's switch gears. Let's brew a craft side. Now you are going to need these 8 to 12 cup basket style coffee filters. Make sure you just get one of them. Move the control arm out of the way, or the brew head. You're going to put the filter basket, make sure it's kind of hugging the walls. Now you're going to add the coffee. This just takes normal drip coffee maker ground at a medium grind. I'm going to do 1 tablespoon of coffee for every cup I'm going to brew. I'm going to brew the full 12 cups, so I'm going to put 12 tablespoons in here. If I was only going to brew 6 cups up to the 6 cup mark, I would fill this up to the 6 cup mark and then put 6 tablespoons of coffee in here. And that holds true for anywhere from 2 to 12 cups of coffee. Okay, I've got my 12 tablespoons of coffee in here. Go ahead and move the brew head because we're going to pour our water right back here. Now the easiest way is just to fill the carafe up with how much ever you want to brew. It's got a nice big opening where you're going to pour the water. The carafe pours really nice. Okay, make sure the lid is on the carafe. We're going to put the carafe back. Again, there are steps in there to show you. There's not a window on the side to show you how much water you've added, but there are steps back there. Make sure you close the brew head. Now, since we left it on the single serve side, just press the carafe button. Again, I can do a bold brew with the carafe. I'm only going to do a regular brew, and then just press the brew now button. These 2 lights come on, and the word brewing appears. So when the coffee maker is done brewing, it keeps the hot plate on, or the warming plate on, for 2 hours. After 2 hours, it shuts the coffee maker off automatically. But if you want to shut it off before the 2 hours, just press the brew now button, and that'll turn the warming plate off when it's done brewing. Okay, so it's only been brewing about a minute, but we can lift this cover and see how it's doing. Okay, so we're just past the 4 cup mark. It's been about almost 6 minutes. Let's check the temperature. Let's check the temperature of the coffee coming out. 177, 178. Be careful, this could be hot, but let's see how the coffee grounds are doing. So it looks like it's doing a pretty good job. So the water in the brew basket, the hot water that's being brewed, is about 186. Okay, so it's right at the 12 cup mark and 12 minute mark. And it switched from brewing to keep warm. So that keep warm is going to keep the warming plate on for 2 hours automatically. But like I said, if you want to turn the warming plate off before the 2 hours, just hit that button. Okay, so let's see how the carafe pours. Okay, it pours very nice. Let's put it back. Let's check a temperature. So that's a very hot cup of coffee, 170 degrees. Like I said, I've been drinking the coffee out of this. It makes a very good cup of coffee. Okay, so let's take a look, see how the coffee grounds did. This is all really hot, so be careful. But when it cools down, you can use this little handle right here to take the coffee grounds over to recycle them or throw them out, and it won't drip on you because of that little plunger there. This is a very nice coffee maker. I'm glad I purchased it. It makes a very hot single serve cup of coffee, and it makes a nice 12 pot cup of coffee. Thanks everybody for watching.